I got a 0 on a project proposal in my class because I used the term biological women, which is apparently not allowed anymore. She even said it was a good project proposal, but I got a 0 because I used this term and it's exclusionary and not allowed anymore, so. And I 100% know that this is like the most biased grade ever because my project is about transgenders competing in biological women's sports. How am I supposed to do my final project if I can't use the word biological women? But that's what my project is about.
Welcome back. A college student, like you have seen here, made a viral video that is getting massive attention, claiming she was given a 0 on an assignment because she used the word biological women in a final project on transgender competing in biological women's sport. When I saw this clip watching to a certain learn, you will see the frustrations on this video. How can they do this? Because somebody mentioned a biological woman, you decide to score the student 0 for saying that. This is concerning. I didn't know he has reached this level where people cannot more express themselves in examination classes or what exactly. I'll play this so you can see exactly what is happening.
You brought up a good point about the syllabus. I've actually gone through it multiple times to ensure that I have not broken any rules. And I brought up the syllabus multiple times to my professor to let her know that I have not broken anything in her syllabus. Her syllabus actually says, you will be graded primarily on the quality of your work and timeliness of work turned in relative to the module due dates. You will not be graded on the content of your opinions, so long your opinions do not create emotional and or mental harm for your diverse classmates or espouse bigoted or anti-scientific views, which is ironic because I think I'm the one who's being scientific by saying that sex is determined at birth, and she's the one who's being anti-scientific. And that project proposal was obviously for a final project, which the draft is due tonight at 11:59, but she has not responded to what I should do now since I got a 0 on the proposal. And in her syllabus, it says she will respond within 48 hours. And I emailed her Friday afternoon, and I still have no response, and it's due tonight. So now what?
Stating biological facts is no longer a thing. It is actually crazy to see we have actually extended to this. In examination classes, somebody mention a biological female, you score the person 0 because you think this offends a group of people, reasons you cannot score the student. She is bold to speak this up. I will tell you this, it is happening in some schools. You might be wondering why some questions like this, when you respond to them, you see yourself not being able to pass. You'll be asking questions to yourself, what is happening? What happened? But I wrote actually what I've read in different textbooks. Not knowing that biological facts are no longer considered. It is a call for concern for people to rise up against all these. Like I said, I respect everyone.
You hired a man who you knew called gay-straight alliances leftist political indoctrination. I have done so much work for the alliance at my school. Do you really think I'm indoctrinating students? Do you really think that's my goal? No. My goal is to provide a safe space for students when they might have nowhere else to turn to. I do not wake up every morning with an agenda. I wake up every morning trying to be a good man. I do not want to be bitter, but I'm sick and tired of being both belittled and pitied by you. I want to be your equal, nothing more. It's all I ask. It's all I know how to ask for. Hello everyone, my name is Leo Birchall and I use he, him pronouns. I'm a student at Central Books West and I'm the president of the Sexuality and Gender Alliance there. I'd like to preface my speech by saying that all words are my own. No one has written them for me or asked me to say them. I'm here tonight to emphasize how crucial support for transgender people is right now. Right now, transgender people like me are not free to move around in their own country. In Missouri, I do not have access to life-saving medical care. In Florida schools, I do not have the right to be spoken about. In North Carolina, my transgender sisters do not have the right to play sports for their schools. I am not free in my own country. I do not have my rights. So why are we focusing on parents' rights?
When I saw this kid, I had to react because he mentioned something pertaining to women's sport and protecting trans people because they cannot compete in biological women's sport. When I look at what this kid said, I will say it clearly. He has been trained at a younger age to be doing this. Though he struggled to tell me that no, everything I say is coming from me. This speech is written by me. Yeah, I understand. He's a brilliant guy. I really wonder the kind of teachers that have put in this doctrine into his brain. There are so many things he said I don't see to be feasible. I don't agree. Somebody told me that no, I'm transphobic. I am not. I just want people to see this with me. If they want to talk of sport, like competing in female sport, trans people could have their own. They should do their own sport, while biological female should have theirs. With this, nobody will complain of you doing that. We all know what has happened recently into some of these places, but when you want to talk, they will tell you you are transphobic. Sometimes I agree I'm transphobic for what I believe in.
The right for their child to be outed to them, rather than that child to use their preferred name and pronouns without fear of being outed to an unsafe home environment? Why is a parent allowed more say in what other people's children get to read at school than the students? I am transgender. It is not always easy to say. That 11-letter word keeps me from so many freedoms. It keeps me from being seen as a person by many. Transgender people and cisgender people should be equal. You can view me as an equal all you'd like. You can use my pronouns, you can tweet or post or send out any statement saying you support transgender rights, but you must put action toward that. Until I am able to enjoy my freedoms, we are not equal in this country. I am not equal in the eyes of the law. And if you are a part of the law, you have a responsibility to dismantle that inequality. I know you are biased against me, against students like me. I know I've made a difference, but when your actions look like this, I turn back into the 7th grade girl I was who found out that I could like other girls. I turn back into the 10th grade student who cut off all their hair when they couldn't stand to look at themselves in the mirror. Your actions make me feel like the most unsure parts of myself, the ones that are the most vulnerable. I do not wake up every morning with an agenda. I wake up every morning trying to be a good man. And I'm also unsure why tonight you tried to limit public comment to only this specific thing without announcing that beforehand. Also, at previous school board meetings, you have allowed people who do not have kids in the district, do not pay taxes in the district, do not meet the requirements to speak at the school board meeting. You let them speak